So today, lads, we got to talk a little bit about the Valkyries GM, and this situation is kind of crazy because obviously, look, the Valkyries GM made a blunder, made a mega blunder. That is the only way I can say it. She made a mega blunder. She basically she tried to be a little bit too smart. And it's funny because the prevailing thought in the Valkyries is 180. It is completely 180 in the last 3 weeks from like, oh, this is this modern organization to is this organization completely incompetent? And it's very, very, it kind of mirrors the Warriors. And like, there was a while where the Warriors kept talking about, oh, we're so far ahead of everybody else. We're like the premier organization. And then as the years went on, people are like, well, you just had Steph Curry. And for the Valks basically struck out on all the free agents this year. It seems to be what happened. They struck out on everyone they want to sign this year, got Gabby Williams, and very few teams have cap flexibility next year. So there are a couple of free agents next year, whether it be restricted or unrestricted, and I think the Valks wanted to make a play for those free agents. So they traded. They didn't want to have the first round salary tied down because I think it's guaranteed if Flau'jae makes the roster. And yeah, like it's a really, in my opinion, it was just not a smart decision. Basically, what they want to do was they want to draft Iana Martinez, ship her off. They already had like Tip Hayes and Kyle Thornton and all these players like dead set. For me, I think you should have just said, you know what, fuck it. You don't need Tip Hayes. Flau'jae, you're starting to 2, and we're going to go into a mini rebuild. But the Valks are trying to win a championship by like 2028, 2029. However, this isn't good. The GM was not made available to reporters. She was requested by members of the media and was in practice but did not speak. And then here, the GM will not be available at their media day as of right now based on what we've been told. She is literally dodging the media. And look, I'm going to be real here. It was a bad decision. In hindsight, it was a bad decision. It looked really dumb at the time. But we have to talk about it. We actually have to talk about it because, like, do you want to know what the first thing that happened? The day that Luka Doncic got traded, Nico Harrison was straight out to the media to try to explain it. And look, he made it worse. He did make it worse by just repeating defense wins championships and fortune favors the bold. He made it worse. But, like, still, if she came out and said, look, we made a decision for the long term, and we felt like bringing in Juste, who we plan on bringing in that position, is a similar role to Flau'jae. We just didn't feel like he was the right pick, and we didn't feel like there was anyone at that position we felt strong enough to make the roster. Look, that is understandable. But there's a big, big but right here. Why did you take Marta Suarez? Why did you take Marta Suarez? Why did you not, instead of trading for nothing, why did you not just reach? Why did you not reach on Saffron Shields? Why did you not reach on a bunch of stashes? Why did you not do what the Mercury did and sign all the best stash players? If you don't want to bring them over, why not sign a bunch of 19-year-old stash players and hope that of the 4 of them, 1 of them work? Because now you have waived Marta Suarez and you've lost a pick. You have essentially lost a pick and you have given a starter to Seattle. That is not something that anyone expect to see, and is not something that an organization can easily explain off. Because the logic was we didn't want the salary, why did you not take stashes? Because I am not surprised one bit that Marta Suarez is not on this roster. I think a lot of people are. A lot of people trying to justify being like, oh, they wanted Marta Suarez at 8. I was like, nope. And then she came out the next day and said, oh, yeah, we'd already organised this trade before the draft. And I was like, try and do it to save money from cap space. And this is one of those moves where it's like, let's just say Flau'jae's gone, Iana Martinez gone, and you're there at 8, and let's say you want to hack with. Who went 6? I cannot. Who the fuck went 6? Oh, Kiki Rice. I ended up with taking Kiki Rice, to be honest. They just didn't want Flau'jae. Like, Flau'jae fell. Like, if they had the 9th pick, or even, like, let's say their pick was, it was 9. And they did this, and they traded down, and Dugulic went 9. Like, this would be a lot more understandable, because Dugulic is not Flau'jae Johnson. She's not Flau'jae. So strange she's hiding from the media, just state what happened and moved on. At the end of the day, they made a dumb mistake. She made a dumb mistake. And this is a mistake that is, let's smoke for Jetpack Doc. You're going to have to have similar energy. He's, what are you doing? York gives me weird vibes. Why wouldn't the GM be available on media day? She's ducking. Don't be surprised if it's if some fuckery is on the way. She could this is a borderline fireable offence. Like, the Golden State Valkyries hit it out of the park in the expansion draft, and they did a really good job recruiting overseas in free agency in 2025. There's a big but here. The Julie Van Loo situation did not go down well. I'm telling you for a fact. I made a tweet that about, basically, I tweeted out, remember when the Golden State Valkyries made Julie Van Loo leave immediately and then cut her while she was on a plane. Oh, that's not what happened. You know, she got off the plane, her agent called her. It's like, yeah, they called her agent while she was on a plane. They basically said, come back after Eurobasket, and they cut her while she was on a plane. And it's one of those things, people are like, oh, you know, they had to cut her on the plane because if she was in the country, she wouldn't have been allowed to sign with somebody else. Where it's like, you give her a call and say, look, we're going to cut you. Come back tomorrow. Because it's not like they had a game that night and signed someone that night. It's like, look, we're going to cut you. Come back tomorrow. Enjoy with your team. And come back and we'll sort it out then. Not you can't celebrate with your team. Come back and we're going to call your agent while you're on a plane that you're being cut. And I tweeted out about that. And I would say 5 WNBA vets and 5 players that I would consider to be WNBA-ish players in Europe. I think one of them is probably going to be in the league. All like that tweet. Vets are pissed about what happened with that Julie Van Loo situation, as are European players. So it becomes harder to recruit on the margins when no Belgians will sign for you. These players play with each other and you've pissed them all off. Like, you're a ruthless organisation who is trying to make it seem like you're the smartest person in the room, when sometimes basketball cannot be fully decided on a spreadsheet. And look, they very clearly are trying to make a play at 2027 free agency because they struck out this year. But maybe it's just not a free agency destination at this point in time. Maybe it's just not.